Hello and welcome to Learning English Pro. I'm Jer, your online English teacher and guide. Today we're diving into 100 common medications, learning about different types of medications, their uses, symptoms they treat, and correct pronunciation. This lesson will help you sound confident and professional when discussing these medications in English. To make your learning even more comprehensive, I've created a PDF guide for this lesson, which includes all the content we'll cover. This guide is available exclusively to student members of my channel. Becoming a member gives you access to much more: the PDF guides, early video access, online games, quizzes, weekly flashcards, and additional resources on the way. It's a fantastic way to take your learning further and get even more value from each lesson. If you're interested in these extra tools and support, considering joining the student membership for the price of a cup of coffee. It's a great way to support the channel, deepen your English language skills, and stay connected with all the new content on the channel. Now let's get started with our lesson on 100 common medications. We will go through 20 different types of medication, starting with an explanation, followed by a list of example medications, and then some example English sentences. If you are looking for healthcare advice on medications or symptoms, then ask a healthcare professional like a doctor or a nurse. So if you're ready, let's get started. Our first medication type is anesthesia. Now on screen you can see here that we have two different spellings, one for American English and the other for British English. Anesthesia is used to induce a loss of sensation or consciousness, often for surgical procedures. These medications may be general, affecting the entire body, or local, targeting a specific area. Anesthetics are essential in pain-free medical interventions. Different types of anesthesia include propofol. This is used for general anesthesia and is commonly known as the Michael Jackson drug. Lidocaine. This is a local anesthetic, often used in dental procedures. Isoflurane is a gas anesthetic commonly used during surgeries. Ketamine is a powerful anesthetic, also used in emergency pain management. Bupivacaine is a long-acting local anesthetic used in epidurals. Let's take two of these words and use them in example sentences. The surgeon administered propofol to induce general anesthesia before the procedure. For minor dental work, the dentist used lidocaine to numb the area. Our next category of medicine is painkillers, also called analgesics. These medications are ones that relieve pain. They range from mild, over-the-counter options to stronger prescription drugs. Painkillers are classified into non-opioid, opioid, and NSAIDs. Different types of painkillers include aspirin, a common over-the-counter pain reliever, and anti-inflammatory. Ibuprofen. This treats mild to moderate pain. Morphine. This is a powerful opioid painkiller for severe pain. Acetaminophen, also known as Tylenol, is used for mild pain and fever. Codeine is an opioid used for pain relief and sometimes in cough syrups. After the surgery, the doctor prescribed morphine to manage the patient's pain. Ibuprofen is often recommended for reducing inflammation and mild pain. Our next medicine category is antibiotics. Antibiotics are medications that kill or inhibit the growth of bacteria, used to treat bacterial infections. They are not effective against viruses and should be only used as prescribed to prevent antibiotic resistance. Amoxicillin is a widely used antibiotic for bacterial infections. Azithromycin treats respiratory and skin infections. Ciprofloxacin is an antibiotic often prescribed for urinary tract infections. Doxycycline is used to treat various infections, including acne. Penicillin, one of the oldest antibiotics, is still used for specific bacterial infections. Let's take a look at our example sentences. The patient was prescribed amoxicillin for a bacterial throat infection. For skin infections, doxycycline is a common and effective choice. Let's move on to antidepressants. These are medications used to treat depression, anxiety, and certain other mood disorders. They work by balancing chemicals in the brain to improve mood, sleep, and energy levels. Our first antidepressant is fluoxetine. This is commonly known as Prozac. It treats depression and anxiety. Sertraline, known as Zoloft, is used for depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Amitriptyline is an older antidepressant, which is also used for chronic pain. Escitalopram, also known as Lexapro, is used for depression and generalized anxiety disorder. Venlafaxine treats major depressive and anxiety disorders. Fluoxetine is often prescribed for patients experiencing chronic depression. Sertraline is commonly used to manage both depression and anxiety. Our next medication classification is antipsychotics. This type of medication is used to manage psychosis, including schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. They help reduce hallucinations, delusions, and other severe mental health symptoms. Risperidone is used to treat schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. Olanzapine is prescribed for bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. Clozapine is used for treatment-resistant schizophrenia. Quetiapine treats both bipolar disorder and depression. And we have aripiprazole, which is also used for schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. The patient was given risperidone to help manage symptoms of schizophrenia. Olanzapine is effective for treating mood swings in bipolar disorder. Next up, we have antihistamines. Antihistamines relieve allergy symptoms by blocking histamine, a substance in the body that causes allergic reactions. They are used for conditions like hay fever, itching, and some respiratory allergies. Loratadine, also known as Claritin, is commonly used for seasonal allergies. Diphenhydramine, also known as Benadryl, relieves allergies and cold symptoms. Cetirizine treats hay fever and skin allergies. Fexofenadine is used for seasonal allergy symptoms. Hydroxyzine is used for itching and anxiety, often in short-term settings. Loratadine is effective for relieving symptoms of seasonal allergies. For severe itching, hydroxyzine may be prescribed as an antihistamine. Our next medication category is diuretics, also known as water pills. This type of medication helps the body eliminate excess fluid by increasing urine production. They're commonly prescribed for conditions like hypertension, heart failure, and kidney issues. Our first diuretic is furosemide. This drug is commonly used for heart failure. Hydrochlorothiazide treats high blood pressure and fluid retention. Spironolactone is a potassium-sparing diuretic used for fluid retention. Bumetanide is used to reduce swelling due to fluid buildup. Chlorthalidone is a diuretic often prescribed for hypertension. Let's check out our example sentences. The doctor prescribed furosemide to manage the patient's heart failure symptoms. Hydrochlorothiazide is commonly used to treat high blood pressure. Our next medication category is anticoagulants. These are often referred to as blood thinners. Anticoagulants prevent blood clots, reducing the risk of stroke, heart attack, and other cardiovascular issues. They are vital for patients at high risk of blood clots. Our first type is warfarin. Warfarin is a commonly used blood thinner. Next up, we have heparin, which is often used in hospitals for blood clot prevention. Dabigatran is an oral anticoagulant. Apixaban is used to reduce stroke risk. Rivaroxaban is a blood thinner for clot prevention. Warfarin is often prescribed to patients with an elevated risk of stroke. Apixaban is taken daily to prevent blood clots in high-risk individuals. Let's move on to anti-inflammatory drugs, otherwise known as NSAIDs. This type of medication is used to reduce inflammation, pain, and fever. They're commonly available over the counter and treat various conditions, from arthritis to headaches. Our first type of anti-inflammatory is ibuprofen. This is commonly known in the United States as Advil, a common NSAID. Naproxen is used for pain and inflammation. Celecoxib is often used for arthritis. Indomethacin is used to reduce inflammation in arthritis. Diclofenac is often prescribed for severe pain and inflammation. Ibuprofen is often used to reduce inflammation and treat mild pain. For joint pain, naproxen can be effective in reducing inflammation. Let's move on to antacids and acid reducers. This type of medication is used to relieve symptoms of acid reflux, heartburn, and indigestion. Antacids neutralize stomach acid, while acid reducers lower acid production in the stomach. Omeprazole is used for acid reflux and GERD. Ranitidine is commonly used for heartburn, but it is now discontinued in many markets across the world. Calcium carbonate, also known as the brand Tums, is an over-the-counter antacid. Famotidine is used to reduce stomach acid. Esomeprazole is used for acid reflux. Omeprazole is often prescribed for patients with chronic acid reflux. For quick relief, calcium carbonate can neutralize stomach acid on the spot. Let's move on to bronchodilators, or respiratory medications. This type of drug is one that helps open the airways in the lungs, making breathing easier. They are commonly prescribed for asthma, COPD, and other respiratory conditions. Albuterol is commonly used for asthma attacks. Ipratropium is used for COPD. Salmeterol is a long-acting bronchodilator. Theophylline is used for asthma and other lung diseases. Tiotropium is used for long-term COPD management. Let's check out our example sentences. During an asthma attack, albuterol provides quick relief by opening the airways. Salmeterol is often prescribed for patients needing long-term asthma control. Our next medicine category is antivirals. Antivirals are medications that treat viral infections by inhibiting the development of the virus. They are used for conditions like flu, herpes, and HIV. Our first antiviral is acyclovir. This is known as Civirix, and it's used for herpes infections. Oseltamivir, also known as Tamiflu, is used for influenza. Valacyclovir is used for herpes and shingles. Tenofovir is used for hepatitis B and HIV. Remdesivir is used for COVID-19 in specific settings. Acyclovir is prescribed to help manage herpes symptoms. For flu symptoms, oseltamivir is often recommended during flu season. Our 13th category of medication is antidiabetics. Antidiabetic medications help manage blood sugar levels in people with diabetes. These include insulin and various oral medications. Metformin is a commonly prescribed medication for type 2 diabetes. Insulin is a hormone used to control blood sugar, often injected. Glipizide stimulates insulin production. Sitagliptin helps control blood sugar. Next up, we have pioglitazone. This medication helps regulate glucose. Let's take a look at our example sentences. Patients with type 2 diabetes are often started on metformin to control blood sugar. Insulin injections are necessary for many patients with type 1 diabetes. Next up, we have corticosteroids, or commonly just referred to as steroids. These medications are used to treat a wide range of conditions, including asthma, allergies, and arthritis. They work by reducing inflammation and immune response. Prednisone is used for inflammation and autoimmune conditions. Hydrocortisone is available as a cream for rashes and inflammation. Dexamethasone is a powerful steroid used in severe inflammation cases. Methylprednisolone is used for severe allergies. And betamethasone is often used as a topical cream for skin conditions. Prednisone is commonly prescribed for patients with severe allergies. For joint inflammation, methylprednisolone can provide relief. Our next category of medication is laxatives and stool softeners. This type of medication helps relieve constipation by promoting bowel movements or softening stool, making it easier to pass. Psyllium, also known as Metamucil, is a fiber-based laxative. Next up, we have Docusate, which is a stool softener. Polyethylene glycol is used for constipation. There is also senna, a herbal laxative available over the counter. Bisacodyl, also known as Deucalex, stimulates bowel movements. Let's check out our example sentences. First up, polyethylene glycol is recommended for chronic constipation. Docusate is a gentle option for softening stool without causing cramps. Our 16th category of medications is antihypertensives, also known as blood pressure medications. Antihypertensives are used to control high blood pressure, reducing the risk of heart attack, strokes, and kidney disease. Lisinopril is an ACE inhibitor used to lower blood pressure. Amlodipine is a calcium channel blocker. Losartan is an angiotensin II receptor blocker, or ARB. Metoprolol is a beta blocker, also used for heart rate control. Hydrochlorothiazide is a diuretic, also used to lower blood pressure. The doctor prescribed lisinopril to manage the patient's high blood pressure. Amlodipine helps relax blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow. Our next type of medication is muscle relaxants. Muscle relaxants relieve muscle spasms and tightness, often prescribed for back pain, muscle injuries, and other painful conditions. First up, we have cyclobenzaprine. This is a common muscle relaxant. Methocarbamol is used for muscle pain. Baclofen is used for muscle spasticity in neurological conditions. Up next, we have tizanidine, which treats muscle tightness. Diazepam, also known as Valium, is used as a muscle relaxant and anti-anxiety medication. Cyclobenzaprine is commonly used for relief from muscle spasms. For chronic muscle tightness, tizanidine may be prescribed. Our 18th category of medication is anti-seizure medications or anticonvulsants. This type of medication prevents or reduces the frequency of seizures. They are essential in the treatment of epilepsy and may be used for mood stabilization or neuropathic pain. Phenytoin is commonly used for epilepsy. Carbamazepine treats seizures and nerve pain. Valproate treats seizures and is also used for bipolar disorder. Up next, we have levetiracetam. This is a newer anti-seizure drug. Gabapentin is used for nerve pain and seizures. Let's check out our example sentences. Phenytoin is prescribed to control seizure activity in epilepsy. For neuropathic pain, gabapentin is commonly used as an off-label treatment. Our penultimate category is for antiemetics, also known as nausea relief. These types of medications are used to prevent or relieve nausea and vomiting, commonly prescribed for patients undergoing chemotherapy, surgery, or those with severe motion sickness. Ondansetron is a medication widely used to prevent nausea. Metoclopramide treats nausea and aids digestion. Prochlorperazine is used for severe nausea. Promethazine treats nausea and motion sickness. Scopolamine is a patch or tablet often used for motion sickness. Patients receiving chemotherapy are often prescribed ondansetron to manage nausea. Promethazine is a go-to medication for preventing motion sickness on long journeys. Our final category of medication is immunosuppressants. Immunosuppressants are medications that suppress the immune system, commonly used for patients with autoimmune diseases or those who have undergone organ transplants to prevent rejection. Cyclosporine is often used to prevent organ transplant rejection. Methotrexate is used for autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. Azathioprine is used for lupus and Crohn's disease. Tacrolimus is often used for kidney and liver transplant patients. Mycophenolate is an immunosuppressant used after organ transplants. Cyclosporine is essential for patients who have undergone organ transplants. For managing autoimmune conditions, methotrexate can be an effective treatment. And there we have it. Thank you for joining me for this lesson on 100 common medications in English. I hope you found it useful in building your confidence with medical English. Remember, the key to mastering this vocabulary is practice and repetition, so feel free to revisit this lesson as often as you need. For those of you looking to take your learning even further, don't forget that the student membership on Learning English Pro offers an exclusive PDF guide for this lesson, along with early access to videos, interactive quizzes, online games, weekly flashcards, and so much more to support your progress. It's a valuable resource packed with tools to enhance your skills, and all for the price of a cup of coffee once a month. Anyway, thank you for watching, and please share this lesson with friends and colleagues. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Take care and happy studying.